All right, ladies and gentlemen, so with this one I wanted to push myself and I don't know if you noticed that I started with a color and I went over it and tried another one back and forth until I got the shading that I was satisfied with. As I said before, this wall is impossible to blend. Very, very challenging, because if I start to get very close, you can start to see it gets a little harder because it's so rough. But regardless, it looks amazing from far away, and it was challenging, but I painted, I took a step back, looked at it, painted, took another step back, repainted it, went over it again, wait till it dried, went back and forth until I got the desired flow and shade. So yeah, don't be afraid to challenge yourself. And this is it. So far so good. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are painting a beautiful, stunning, gorgeous tropical mural in the entrance of my home. But before we begin, I like to give a special shout out to mi gente de Barrera, La Pela, Cuba. Saludos a todos allá y los quiero mucho. So we begin by creating a simple light box, and I centered the reflection of the design and adjusted the light box accordingly. And after I was satisfied, I traced the image with a chalk. And the instructions to making this light box will be on previous videos that I have posted, and I will put the link of that video in the description. We start by numbering each container of paint individually. Then you mix the paints to come up with the desired shade. You write down the number of the container. That way you reference back to how you came up with that shade. In this case, I wrote 3, 1, and a touch of 5 to come up with the color that's going to be on the top part of the leaf. Makes it a lot easier for you to come back and recreate the same color over and over again. However, I understand, keep in mind, sometimes you're going to add more one color than another. However, this will help you with patience come up with the shade that you came up with before. I chose once again regular bird paint from the Home Depot. I'm comfortable using this paint. I find it super easy to go into Home Depot where there's hundreds of shades to choose from, and I picked the color I'm satisfied with, and that's what I go with. It's affordable, it's convenient. I used a bird marquee, which comes with primer for exterior. It is 100% acrylic, resistant to moisture, fading, stains, and it does provide a mildew and corrosion resistant finish. So this is what I went with. I'm satisfied with my choice. However, I am going to give you several other options that are very good, if not better, than what I am doing. The options that I'm giving you is paint designed for a mural. I went ahead and added some shade to this area because if there's shade coming from behind this leaf, this darkness, then there has to be also some shadows that are reflecting off of that darkness right there. So it made sense to put some here as well. And if it's too much, you can just come with the green and adjust it, but I'm satisfied with what's going on here. And as the sun keeps going, the shadows finish right here. And of course, with the flow of the leaf coming back this way, you want to also create the shadow with that flow of the leaf. And that's good. The first option is Liquitex, and this mural paint can be found in Hobby Lobby. It's an amazing acrylic that will give you amazing results. Paint is very versatile, it's highly pigmented, so a little bit of the paint goes a long way. It will hold the test of time and it will give you amazing results. So this is why I say always focus first on the section of the mural that's least visible to people, to your guests, whoever it is you're making this for. Because look at this leaf, the shade is kind of grayish. It's nice, it's realistic, but now that I created this one, I'm liking that shade a lot more, that brightness. It's a lot nicer, it pops out more, and I think overall it looks better. Even though this one is nice, this color right here, it's a game changer, and so as it is right here. So I'm gonna come and I'm going to put it over this here and make this pop a little bit more. And as you continue to make them, you're gonna get better and better at it. So that's that so far. By the time I get to that right there, this one, oh, I'm gonna be an expert. And this one right here as well. So just wanted to point that out. Another amazing option is Golden Artist Paint. They are the top tier paint manufacturer for murals. It is very high quality. It makes painting your mural very easy and durable. A little bit of paint goes a long way. It is reasonably priced, but could be a little bit high for some. It was for me. But a little bit of the paint also goes a long way, just like Liquitex. The last option I'm going to give you is Apple Barrel, another acrylic paint found in Hobby Lobby. They have a ton of shades to choose from, and it is very affordable. I didn't go with it. I decided to go with regular Home Depot paint, but it is up to you. If you do feel you want more security on your mural lasting you much longer, then I would definitely go with any of these three options that I just gave you. I am gonna stay with Burr. I'm happy with it, and later on in the future, if I need to touch up the paint, why not? I can definitely do that. When you are painting an outdoor mural, there are several things that you gotta keep in mind that are extremely important. One of them is high temperature, the exposure to the humidity, bacteria, fungi, and also the accumulation of carbon monoxide or all the chemicals and pollution that are going to be in the area from vehicles that are passing by. So things like that, please keep in mind. So you want to use a reputable brand that would help you overcome all of these obstacles. All right, so this is what we got so far, and I'm gonna continue working on that, and my mother's gonna fill in this one right here just so I can save some time, and we're gonna continue on. So because this mural is outside of the property, it's going to be seen by those who are very far away in the distance. So you don't have to focus too much on the small details of your design. However, realize that because this is an outdoor mural, I felt that I had to add more drastic shade of color contrast. I needed to be more aggressive with the darks and the light to add more contrast to the mural, so you got more of a three-dimensional look, and the mural tends to pop a lot more. So using dark and light contrast will make your mural more visible from far away. If your mural is very detailed like this design that I chose, you have to scale the design properly. If you don't do that, you're going to find that your perspective and relative size of the parts of the design are going to look off. They're not going to seem right. Of course, if you're working with abstract patterns, that's not going to matter as much. But if your design is very detailed, it's very important that you have the correct proportion and scale. And this is the reason why you have to use a projector. So consider prepping the walls to make things much easier for you. You want to remove any holes, any dents, any scratches. You want the surface of your canvas where you are painting this mural to be as smooth as possible. makes it much easier for you to paint and much easier for you to blend your colors. I had surgery in my right arm for rotator cuff tear, and I have to be very cautious on the amount of usage that I put on my right arm. So resurfacing the wall was definitely a no-go for me. So prepping your wall is something that you may want to consider. You want to keep in mind things like water, leaks, mold, mildew, moisture, things that will make it difficult for your paint to adhere to the wall. Felt it was much easier for me to fill in the lines of each design, and then I let that dry and I continue on adding further layers of detail to each individual leaf. So keep in mind that you are painting outside, so you have to prepare for weather changes. So plan ahead in case it does start to rain and you need something to cover your mural. So I thought that I would get up early in the morning to save some time to paint, but I didn't realize that in South Florida, the morning mist made it difficult to paint because the paint would actually not stick to the wall due to the moisture in the air, and it would actually start to drip after a while, and it would also take forever to dry. And the opposite happens when it's too hot outside. Then your paint dries too quickly, and it doesn't give you much time for you to blend your colors. So finding a balance, it's going to be a little challenging, but planning ahead and prepping for unpredictable weather conditions is all you need to be successful. Over 30,000 years ago, humans painted images on the wall, in canvases and other natural surfaces. Murals were also very popular throughout the Roman Empire and the Renaissance Italy. And today, people have learned to appreciate murals even more than before. They are easy to do and they transform and upgrade any space. They help to bring art to public areas and make people more aware of art. They are also a great communication tool. They are used to convey a message that you wish the public to know. They help add aesthetics and value to an area. They also have a dramatic impact on the conscious and subconscious attitude of the people that are passing by. And for myself, I've noticed that when I sit in my kitchen, I find those who are walking by and walking their dogs, they stop and they look at it and appreciate it for a moment. Also, while I was painting, I had several individuals that I see walk by all the time that never said anything to me, that actually stopped and came up to me and appreciated me and congratulated me for the amazing work that I was doing. I found it extremely rewarding. Just had to put that on there for you. That lizard is the cutest thing. They're becoming extinct in the area, so it's quite sad, but I'm glad I got one on video. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the angle of the camera there. It's very difficult because I don't have much space here to place the camera in a good angle, and if I put it over here, then we can come in and out of the property. So just wanted to show you, I switched it up a little bit and I did a little bit of a different design, and I love it. I wanted to kind of switch it up. This is gorgeous, absolutely stunning and beautiful, and it's perfect, but I guess still gotta do this one right there. I guess I wanted to challenge myself a little bit and do a little bit of different perspective on the flow of the leaf, and wow, it's actually pretty gorgeous. So just wanted to show you up close, since from that angle you can really see what I just did. All right, let's continue on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I am changing the design up a little bit, and I'm starting to feel a lot more creative and experience in different things, and pretty happy with how that came out. So I'm applying the same design concept to this one, and I haven't recorded because the sun is a bit too much, the glare is impossible, and I wasn't really sure as to what I was doing, but now that I am, I'm gonna show you how I did it. Okay, here goes. So as you do this, take a step back and take a look at it, because sometimes things just don't make any sense until you look away for a second what you're doing and look at it again. You see the flow, the light and the shadows and the contrast, and where you're headed with this, and things start to make just a little bit more sense. So this is it so far. Pretty satisfied. I gotta let it dry. Can't stress enough, you need a wall that is as smooth surface as possible. This is super rough surface, and it's very difficult for me to achieve any kind of blending of colors. Very hard. I don't know if you can see it. Very rough. Very challenging to do that and to blend colors. But it's coming out pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with it. So let's continue on. Now we have to consider what we are going to use when it comes time to protect and seal the mural from harsh weather or the sun. I am going to be using a seal for my mural with a coat of acrylic. I may also use a spray varnish, and I have to do a little bit more research. I know Liquitex has a great sealer to protect your mural. However, I'm gonna do more research before I do it, because I did read that some of the sealers could alter the color of your paint. So that I'm gonna leave for later, and I will do a short video about it once I'm ready and I'm comfortable with the sealer that I'm going with. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so with this one I wanted to push myself and I don't know if you noticed that I started with a color and I went over it and tried another one back and forth until I got the shading that I was satisfied with. As I said before, this wall is impossible to blend. Very, very challenging, because if I start to get very close, you can start to see it gets a little harder because it's so rough. But regardless, it looks amazing from far away, and it was challenging, but I painted, I took a step back, looked at it, painted, took another step back, repainted it, went over it again, wait till it dried, went back and forth until I got the desired flow and shade. So yeah, don't be afraid to challenge yourself. And this is it. So far so good. So I wanted to share a place here in Miami that is extremely popular for those of you who love looking at murals and love graffiti and public art. It's called Wynwood, and it's become a major tourist attraction here. It has over 70 galleries and collections and museums. And on the second Saturday, they have an art walk that attracts thousands of people. The area has amazing restaurants and bars and brewery. Wynwood is famous for its towering outdoor murals. They are absolutely stunning. I'm not sure if some of you are familiar with the clothing line Obey. They actually have several beautiful murals in this area. So most people think of Miami, the first thing that comes to their mind is Miami Beach and South Beach and all that. No, let it go. That's not where it's at. Now it's Wynwood. So if you come into the area, Wynwood and Brickell are the two most popular places to visit in Miami. Okay, so I am not very happy with this color. It kind of looks like eggplants to me. So I found this gorgeous color and I mixed it with some brown, and we're gonna go ahead and do that and see what that does. And also Little Havana. It's another very popular and great place to go and get some authentic Cuban food. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our mural tutorial. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them down in the comment section, and I will make sure to answer them as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.